Hello and welcome. The G&B Nottingham Panthers at home to the Edinburgh Capitals in the BMI Baby Elite League. The Caps had 3 imports walk out on them a few weeks ago, and that made a big dent in their lineup. So they've had to put in some big backs-to-the-wall performances just to keep going. But Nottingham have problems too this weekend. Jan Krajicek is out with injury. Joe Cardarelli feared his season was going to end prematurely this week, but we had detailed scans done, medical checks, and they showed on Friday afternoon that the problem was muscular, not too serious. A weekend's rest is all that's needed, and not, thankfully, an operation. But he's still on the sidelines this weekend. So too is star netminder Rastislav Rovnianek. So Jeff Woolhouse again plays in goal tonight. He was in nets last night and pulled off some big saves, but couldn't stop former Panthers netminder Curtis Cruikshank smiling at the end of a 4-2 win for the Bison. So not the lineups either side would have preferred tonight as the BMI Baby Elite League regular season draws to a close. But the jewel is the home debut tonight of G&B Panthers new signing Trevor Gallant. Star centre fresh from the DEL in Germany and with 2 assists last night on his first ever game in the black and gold. All eyes then on number 71, Trevor Gallant. It's the G&B Panthers versus the Edinburgh Capitals.
The players will be back after this short message from the Nottingham Building Society, headline sponsor of the Nottingham Panthers. Are you saving for your first home and thinking about getting on the property ladder? Are you aged 18 to 39? Would you like to see how you could get up to £1,000 free per tax year for your first home? Let us tell you about the Lifetime ISA. The Lifetime ISA is a savings account for 18 to 39-year-olds who want a little extra help with their future savings goals. You can use it for your first home, or wait until you're 60 and use your savings for retirement. The government will give you a 25% bonus on your savings. So you save £100, you get £25. You save £4,000, which is the maximum per tax year, you get £1,000 free, paid straight into the account, plus interest. You can open an account with just £10 online at thenottingham.com. Ineligible withdrawals are subject to a government charge of up to 25%. Check the terms and conditions for more information. Now back to the Nottingham Panthers.
The Edinburgh Capitals and the G&B Nottingham Panthers.
Steve Machin on the rink mic introduces the G&B Nottingham Panthers to the team. It's BMI Baby Elite League action. We've got news from the locker room straight away. Joe Cardarelli tested his injury at warm-up and feels good to go, so he's in the lineup for tonight's game. Edinburgh Capitals have got down to 6 imports. In addition to the 3 that walked out on them, Slack, Silverthorne and Dickinson, they've lost Rajkak and Bauber, their 2 top forwards. They've drafted in some youngsters, but they're struggling for numbers. And we'll talk to Dwayne Keywood, my colour commentator, about that in a moment. Trevor Gallant on his home debut. Gets it back to the D. Corey Nielsen uses the boards to chip them and get it forward to McCaslin, back across to Mike Rees. Mike Rees gets across halfway and floats one in and goes for it himself and gets there first. I wonder if Edinburgh is conserving energy already. Here's Mike Rees, he's got a chance. It's up high into one of the kids with a mask, and Edinburgh bring it away. Down the right wing, this is Craig riding shotgun, and the shot just whistles over the crossbar. Here's Gallant, he's got Stevens at the back post. Back pass to Sean McCaslin, it goes upstairs. It's got to be backs to the wall for Edinburgh Capitals tonight, Dwayne.
Yep, Panthers, like as you say, you know, they're down 3 imports, 3 have walked out, drafted a load of kids in. Panthers have got manpower to advantage, and I think it's a case of hustle, 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 and make up for some lost ground over the last previous games.
Well, out there left wing for Nottingham at the moment, Joe Cardarelli. Friday morning we thought he might be done for the season with a hernia, but the scans and everything worked through. Stephen Murphy, one of the GB goalies, covers up on that floating shot from the blue line from point from Danny Myers. Joe Cardarelli Friday morning was possibly done for the year, and then the scans and we ran out of doctors to check it with, I can tell you that. We queued at every doctor's consultant's room in the QMC, and eventually the scan on Friday afternoon revealed nothing serious, just a muscle problem. Hence he's in the lineup today. It's calmed down and he feels a lot better. Matus Petrico with the puck. Gets it across to Ryan Schmidt, playing defence because Jan Krajcek is out injured, along with Rastislav Rovnieniak. And you can expect the imports that Edinburgh have got to log a lot of ice time. Kyle Horn, one way or another, gets it forward. Stephen Lynch chases it down. Danny Myers gloves the chip though, puts it down. I think we're going to hear our favourite song a few times tonight. James Cook and James Ferreira out with Matt Myers now. Nottingham on their third line. James Cook down to his knees but gets through and gets the puck in deep to Matt Myers. Myers protects the puck away from Kowalczyk. Kowalczyk now tries to dispossess James Ferreira, but he gets it to Matt Myers on the boards. Nice little bit of hustle working the wall from the two Brits. Ferreira to Myers. To Ferreira, and he steps out from the double challenge. Can he get the shot away? It's right in front. It's got to be a backhand attempt from Ferreira. Murphy still hasn't got it. And Kowalczyk banks it around. Oh, Murphy saw that one very, very late. This is Ian Bowyer getting it forward for the Edinburgh Capitals. Ross Dalglish with it in the corner. Mike Rees all over him like a dirty shirt. Myers gets it across to Corey Nielsen. Nottingham in a chance to bring it forward. Interception though. Dalglish mops up in the corner for Edinburgh. He's banged into the glass by Corey Nielsen. The puck's loose and James Cook goes to collect. Mike Rees circles and gets it D to D. D-man to D-man. That one squirts off the stick of Rod Stevens, but he gets it forward. Poked away from Trevor Gallant. They're working the wall well though, Edinburgh. That's Phil Manny working the wall there, number 11. They're offside on that call. Phil Manny started the season, I think, at Solihull with Davy Graham. Was cut for financial reasons, went to Whitelink, was cut from Whitelink, I think for financial reasons. And in a game, because they've got a thing in that rule, health and safety, you can't tape up over a number. So when Solihull played against Whitelink, although Phil Manny wasn't there were two Manny 11 shirts playing against each other, being worn by other youngsters. Manny's not that young these days, but he's a youngster coming forward. Edinburgh Capitals getting it in low. Garside goes and gets it. Now he's lost out to Danny Myers. Edinburgh keep it in the zone though, and the tip right in front from Craig goes just narrowly wide. Ryan Schmier's giving it away behind the net though. Centering pass doesn't work for Craig. Singal in front, can't reach it. Garside feeds the front. Good interception by Danny Myers and into the glove from the House, and House takes the whistle and says thanks very much, let's have a breather boys. Bit of pressure there from the Singal line.
Yeah, it's still early days, Gary.
That's defenseman Yannick playing up front though, the Slovakian, making up the numbers there. They've got Kyle Horn in, so he's playing defence, the British defenseman, and that means Yannick's gone forward with Singal and Garside to try and give them at least one forward line with some potency. Mike Rees does well. Gets it back from Corey Nielsen. Well, I tell you what, Stephen Murphy gloved that one. I was watching Joe Cardarelli skating stride, and he might want to play, but he looked sore to me. He looked like he was carrying his groin and what have you.
I think it's a critical time of the season now, Gary. 5 or 6 games now to the playoffs, and the team have really got to get the injuries back.
The most important thing is to get everybody healthy,
exactly,
isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and if you can, get them playing how you want them to play in the playoffs. But first things first, let's get them healthy. No risks. Well, Edinburgh were dumped last night in Cardiff by 7-2. Cardarelli, Kowalczyk getting it along the boards, but it's sent back in. Stevens all alone behind, sends it to the front. Oh, and Edinburgh way offside there. Ian Bowyer was carrying it, but it was Neil Hay, Jockey's lad, a million miles offside. I asked Dwayne this before the game. If we beat Cardiff 6-1 and Cardiff beat Edinburgh 7-2, does that mean we're going to win by 10 tonight? Doesn't work like that in sport, does it?
No, certainly not.
Matt Ford's on for his first ever shift for the Nottingham Panthers. Had the odd shift for London. I can remember one British player from Nottingham giving him a smack on the nose. He shall remain nameless. But he takes after his mother. Offside whistle. Jan Krajcek standing on the sides there. We thought he would play this weekend and go on sparingly in the power plays, but for the reason we were just talking about, Dwayne, it was decided, don't take any risks. Myers wins the draw. Danny Myers. Shimmies right, shimmies left, and then floats one in. Well, here's the defenseman turned forward, Yannick from Slovakia. Long dump in. And Edinburgh get to it first through Phil Manny. That's blocked. Danny Myers doesn't know where it is, but it's come all the way out over the blue line. Matt Ford is beaten to it by Kyle Horn, but all he can do is send it in low. And Dalglish is chasing shadows out there for Edinburgh. And Nottingham go for a line change. Oh, Manny's making a mess of that. You can see why they weren't too bothered about finding the money for him in a couple of EPL sides. Oh, that's cruel. Sean McCaslin can't get a handle on it, and Edinburgh do and get it forward. And Manny this time does get Goodwood on it and gets it all the way down the ice and goes for a change. I think Edinburgh are going to run out of steam big style. Garside back into Singel. Singel loses out to Corey Nielsen. Edinburgh keep it in the zone though. He's Singel. Pulls a move on Mike Rees. Brings it round the far side. Doesn't centre it. Sidesteps Mike Rees again. Interception from Corey Nielsen. Spoiled the shot on the short side from the tight angle. Singel is robbed. Trevor Gallant sends it all the way down. Sean McCaslin in a foot race. It's a 3-on-1 at the moment. Rod Stevens with it behind Murphy's net, right to the front. McCaslin is robbed. Martin Singel, 1-on-3. Now he's got help at the back post from Craig. And he doesn't get the puck across to him. And Nottingham get a chance to break. He's Joe Cardarelli. Well, he didn't look too bad moving up the ice there. Backhand. Ooh, somehow that went through the crease. Ryan Schmid gets it in deep. Yannick has it. Oh, pass right to his teammate right in front. And this has worked out well for Edinburgh, and they've got it forward. Stephen Lynch gives it away though. Ryan Schmid is half robbed and then gets a chance to mop up himself. At 7.5 minutes, it's still goalless. Perhaps we're going to get that flood of goals later in the period. Ryan Schmid, well, that'll be a high stick. Oh, well, it won't be because Nottingham have touched it next. Patrico gets it in behind the net to Clark. Twist and turns away. Patrico right in front. Loose puck picked up by Lynch for the Capitals. Got to give him some credit just for keeping going, the Edinburgh Capitals this season. Here's Kyle Horn. Played most of his hockey at Fife, where the rink had a fire last week. It's now an open plan arena. 2 rooms knocked into one, skywards. That's the rink in heaven. Actually, some would argue that there's a heaven in Kirkcaldy. But there is. A lot of good Presbyterians up there. He's Matt Myers for the G&B Nottingham Panthers. He could be a Welsh Presbyterian, Matthew. Well, Edinburgh get it forward. And House makes no mistake this time. No mistake. The House decides safety is the better part of valour. 11:08 to go, first period. Tonight's match is sponsored by Central Masters Football. More great sporting action here at the arena in July with the football. In the meantime, this is BMI Baby ice hockey action. Nottingham looking for valuable points. Gallant loses out on the draw, but then it's given away by the Capitals and Loser can't get onto it. Rink-wide pass is picked off though. Well, it's bouncing around and Loser loses out, but Singel has it now for Edinburgh. Tries to get a turn of speed away from Schmier, can't, but Craig gets it back to Singel behind the net. Craig's in front, Singel doesn't feed him, feeds Point instead. That one comes off the pads of Gallant, and Nottingham go forward with speed. McCaslin is bouncing around, here's Gallant, oh, to the side of the net. I think he was trying to pass to Sean McCaslin. Sean McCaslin's lost his stick. And House comes out and covers up. Says we'll have a face-off.
Gary, watching the Edinburgh Capitals here, in comparison, they look like a rec team. But, you know, give them credit, it's 10 minutes into the game, and, you know, they're holding their own. But there's no depth in the team whatsoever.
Well, their tank is going to be running on empty. They're going to be running on fumes by the start of the second period.
Certainly, I think so.
Ooh! Corey Nielsen might have done that on purpose. David Clark didn't get back on side after throwing the big hit on Yannick. Scott Neal behind the Edinburgh bench will be thinking, oh, I hope one of my importers got injured, because I could live with that. He's up. Guess he was just winded. Stephen Lynch loses out to Patrico and Nielsen combined on the draw. And this is Corey Nielsen. Mike Rees. Past the halfway mark of the first period. Soft backhand from David Clark is picked off and sent in low by Bowyer. Well, Edinburgh standing up across the halfway line to a man. It's not a 4-1 system, it's a 5-0 system at times. You can't blame them in the circumstances. Joe Cardarelli kicks it to Corey Nielsen. Corey Nielsen leaves it, or pretends to leave it, and then gets it in low to David Clark. Patrico was all alone. Nielsen to the far side. Stephen Murphy stands up, gets it away. He's still shaking the cobwebs away. It's off the side of the net. Kyle Horn has a chance to clear, but he's giving it away. Backhands it off the boards. And Cloutman put the whistle to his mouth and then decided to change his mind. Well, Mike Rees corrals the puck and gets it back to Danny Myers forward to Cards, and Cards sent it in low. That one's up in the air. Ryan Schmier keeps his eye on it and manhandles it forward. Dalglish has a look, plays it back to the D. Well, Edinburgh got, for the moment, some fresh legs on. And they got the puck in low, and it's not icing. Cook to the left wing to Matt Myers. Ryan Schmier chips the wall. It's picked off at the blue line by 23. Kowalczyk. Myers has a lot of time and gets it across to Ryan Schmier. Nah, he's a stick handler from Wales, Matthew Myers. Well, that put the kiss of death on that one, didn't it? He's a stick handler. That's not stick handling. You should have seen him with a toffee apple earlier in the day. He held that stick. 7 3/4 minutes to go, and it's still goalless.
And Edinburgh are looking tired, Gary.
Yeah, they are. I said they would. They're chasing shadows on every shift, aren't they? Interception stops it getting through to Trevor Gallant. It's not a bad crowd for a Sunday against Edinburgh. He's Rod Stevens steaming his way right to the back post, and Gallant hits the post. Good move by Stevens. Gallant was there and tried to flip it over the keeper and hit the post. It's only a question of time, and then the floodgates are going to open. Lady Bauer Dam wouldn't be able to keep this team out today. Surely. Well, Horn to Yannick and forward. Here's Craig. Stick to the side. That's going to count as a shot on goal and a good save from the house, our house. And Caslin got stuck out there for a long time after his line mates changed. Danny Myers gets up ahead of steam, takes it forward, chips it into the corner, goes to get it himself. Easily dispossessed though, but the backhand pass towards Singel is behind him and Ryan Schmier picks that one off easily. Well, Murphy got the catching mid on, put it down, and probably would have been better advice to take the whistle. Here's Cardarelli, Clark. Well, Kowalczyk looked like he wasn't even going to go and do anything there, and then beat Patrico in the foot race to it. Here's Danny Myers, long range tip. This is going in, this is going in. Right to the front, he's down. Patrico couldn't get it on target.
Wow.
And when Clark finally does, Murphy's just scrambled back into position. This is like watching a professional ice hockey team playing against an under-18 team. Oh, we virtually are. Straight fives on the scoreboard, 5:55 to go. First period, sponsored by Central Masters Football. Be My Baby Elite League action. I thought we'd be giving away an awful lot of streak hockey kit in association with BMI Baby. Every time Panthers score at home, a school's going to get some street hockey kit and a bit of coaching from the NIC. All part of our big schools community program. We do a lot of that with Dwayne's company, just-schoolway.co.uk. Oh, Matt Myers was trying to do too much there, but it's just got to come. It's just got to come. Well, Ferreira is hustled and beaten out of it by Kyle Horn, and then Mike Rees tries to throw a big hit. Here we go. No, his line mates are changing. Ferreira's been not sold down the river, but left on his own on a punt and a prayer. The house knew where that was. He had that. He knew. He thought, look, let's just tease the crowd and wake up the Sunday crowd, eh? 4:52 to go, 0-0. I'd have given you a big bet on it still being 0-0 after 15 minutes. I really would have put a lot of money on it. This isn't going to last like this. Trevor Gallant's thrown out. You can tell he's in a new shirt that hasn't been washed. Ooh, off the bar! Craig shot off the bar. I was just going to say, Trevor Gallant's shirt obviously hasn't had as many runs through the laundry as all the others. It's
it'll be interesting to see what the shots are on goal this period, Gary. I think it's going to be close.
Trevor Gallant gets it forward. Loser got a piece of it just to stop it getting through, and as they were offside, Nottingham had to regroup. Nice little interplay between Craig and Garside. And because Scott Neal is having to use Yannick on forward and defensive play, he's having to mix his lines up front as well. Even though he's got bodies, he has literally just got bodies, hasn't he? He hasn't got elite league players.
And what was the reason for the three imports walking out, Gary?
They didn't like Edinburgh. They couldn't understand the language, the accent. They got a better offer, to be honest, Dwayne. And to be fair, there's nothing you can do. If the clubs, the management of the clubs, we'll go back to that in a minute. Here's David Clark. It's forward, poke check though. Here comes Edinburgh Capitals. This is Ian Bowyer. Well, with help from Lynch, they've got it in low. Young Hay loses out. Here's trouble for Edinburgh. Cardarelli. Oh, picked out of mid-air by Kowalczyk, and it needed to be, but he did it. Lynch off Mike Rees's ankle. He's wincing. It's right to the front. Garside on Bowyer, on his own. Shoots wide. Inexperienced there. Had time to pick his spot. James Neal on for his first shift for the GMB Nottingham Panthers. Yannick rubs them out on the boards though. Mike Rees is shaking off the knock from the puck. Corey Nielsen tries to send it in, and this time it's Kyle Horn bunting it out of the air. And what I've seen so far, if Edinburgh Capitals played baseball, they'd do pretty damn good. Wouldn't be major league stuff, but it might be minor league stuff.
May as well have been in the Caribbean right now. Give the boys a bit of a hand.
Yeah, those three guys, Silverthorne, Dickinson, he was good though, that Dickinson, and Slack all just got better offers. Now the management like the 2 week notice because it means if a player isn't up to what his agent said, you can get rid and give him 2 weeks notice, but the players have to get it as well, so it means if they don't like the club or the flat or the car or the accent, they can give 2 weeks notice the other way, and that's precisely what they did. And Scott Neal runs it on a tight budget, shall we say, in Edinburgh. And he did tell me a couple of weeks ago he's hoping to pick up some Swedish players. Here's Trevor Gallant on a giveaway from Yannick. Yannick wins that battle though. Oh, that's a giveaway, bad giveaway. Trevor Gallant tries to bang it to the front. Clever play, smart play. Stevens goes for the wraparound. Murphy's gone down, he doesn't know where it is.
He had no idea where it was.
And Cloutman gives a face-off.
Panthers get on the road with help from CBS Vehicle Logistics.
2:14 to go, first period. 0-0 on the board. Kowalczyk. He's lost it. He's found out where it is and given it away. Trevor Gallant looking for the stretch pass through the middle. Kowalczyk picks it off. Craig gets it into Garside. Garside with a shot upstairs, needed a save and got one from the house. Here's Rod Stevens. Over, skated the puck. Craig off target. Nielsen gets to it off the backboards first. Lynch keeps it in the zone. And House makes the save from Craig and then gets to his own rebound. We haven't had a penalty yet this period, have we? Dave Cloutman has either had nothing to call or he's got no puff in his whistle, no pee in his whistle. Speaking of referees, the referee at the Riverside last night.
Nottingham Panthers!
Not only did the referee at the Riverside have a pee and puff in his whistle, he called it. It is a goal. Murphy's gone down. It's loose. It's right in front. Murphy's back to his feet. Backhand from David Clark. Straight into the D-man. Second backhand gets it in to Patrico. Clark on the forehand. Doesn't pull the trigger. Edinburgh get it down the ice. Well, you know what? Stephen Murphy's pulled off some unorthodox but big saves so far, and we've got 1 minute to go, first period. And David Clark's given that away, and the whistle went for offside even though Nottingham didn't play it in the zone. I can never work that one out, Dwayne. I never know why they blew. But Edinburgh don't mind because it gives them a chance to change bodies. Yeah, that referee up at the Riverside blew his whistle with a P in it, and there was no way that was a penalty. But I'm a Middlesbrough fan. I was sitting there in my red and white scarf at the Riverside, proudest punch I was, me and our lass.
It was a good result for the boys yesterday.
I thought they were going to do even more than that though, Dwayne. I thought they deserved it, but let's concentrate on this one. Corey Nielsen has a look. 40 odd seconds to go. Matt Myers backhands it in. Edinburgh chip the wall and get it out. 35 seconds to go, first period. If it stays 0-0, this, you have to say it. It's a result for the Caps, isn't it? Murphy has a look. Will he go down the left wing? No, he decides that's someone else's job. Loser gets it right round. And they bring it forward. Singel. Well, I thought he'd given it away. House puts it down and they're playing about with it. And I honestly thought Nottingham were going to score. Now the puck's hit the referee. This is turning into carry-on hockey. Where's Sid James? Where's Sid James?
That was the best save of the game.
It was nearly the best shot of the game. 20 minutes gone, sponsored by Central Masters Football. Unbelievably, it's goalless against the Caps.
I hope you get Mika on the show. I want to hear his view, because I played with him in Coventry 2 years later. He's still trying to pass the blame on that one. He said the guy had a rocket. Guy had a road hockey stick, Meeks. Road hockey stick.
Then we flew the other way around the world back to Toronto. So I flew around the world in a matter of like 2 weeks, which I think is a pretty cool story.
I talked to Corey, and Corey's like, well, you got to get in better shape. So I worked out pretty hard, and well, for me, pretty hard. Not really hard, but pretty hard.
Now, you played with a lot of great hockey players. Have you ever played with anyone like David Ling before?
No. No.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Second period in tonight's BMI.
They haven't put the shots up on that score clock for you yet. They're just doing it. But it was actually 10 on the Capitals and 8 on the Panthers. So Nottingham outshot the visitors first period, but only just. And Dwayne Keyword was exactly right when he predicted a close count on that. Gallant wins the draw against Garside, and Nottingham get it in low. That bounced wickedly. McCaslin sends it back in deep. Rod Stevens goes to get it. Back to the front. McCaslin can't get the shot away. Now he does. Pad save. Back to the front. I can hear a phone ringing in the background. That's a taxi for somebody. Corey Nielsen picks it off neutral ice and gets it down to McCaslin. McCaslin sends it in on the diagonal dump. Stevens goes after it and gets there first. Kowalczyk. Do you know what? He's not having a bad game, Kowalczyk, is he? I think he's been awful on his previous visits here. Especially in the one where Edinburgh won. There's a shot. Oh, it's bounced around. Housed enough. He got behind it. Here's Gallant having a look. Circles. Nice pass right onto the tape. Here's Gallant again. Fakes the pass. Shrugs off the hook. Well, that shot was high and wide.
Please keep your eye on the puck at all times and watch out for the results of Matrix Grade FC in the Notts Amateur Alliance.
The linesman is at the goal asking the goalie for the puck. Now, I'm not saying I'm worried about the linesman's eyesight, but that puck hit the netting 35 feet northeast of the goalie, and he went and asked the goalie for it. Darnell. I think that's Darnell. To be honest, I didn't see the linesman when they came in tonight. That's the first goal of the game. Matthews Patrico at 21-19. Given too much time, too much room, and he went upstairs and knocked that cookie jar to smithereens. Here comes the song, and some school's going to get some street hockey gear thanks to BMI, baby. And my good lady wife has finally got something to write in the notebook. How many more now, Dwayne? The Lady Bauer Dam has broken. The Lady Murphy Dam has gone.
I say 5-0.
House hangs on.
28 from 5 and 24.
Clark and Cardarelli getting the assists on the opening goal of the game. It had to come though, didn't it? Just had to come.
I'd like to see the guys be a little more passionate and excited on the ice, Gary, and really bump and grind them without taking cheap penalties, just to let them know that they're there.
It's going to be like that in the playoffs. You might as well practice it in the last 2 or 3 games, haven't you, Dwayne? McIntyre goes back to mop up. He's a 22-year-old again. Well, he's got it over the blue line, but Schmeezy gets the long one in. That's intercepted. That's off. Danny Meyer goes in, and he didn't give Ferreira a chance to get out. Nottingham caught offside. 17:59 to go, second period. Nottingham with their noses in front.
Panthers' main team sponsor is the GMB, Britain's General Union.
Mike Reese deflects it in. Gallant, and it's gone all the way through the 5-hole, and I think Rod Stevens got a tip. How has Gallant got his first goal? I think they'll give that to Rod Stevens on the tip from Gallant, and that's 2 in as many minutes, and Panthers are on their way.
Well, Gallant did well there. He won the face-off and just hustled. He looks a strong, intimidating player, and that's what they need.
The Caps' heads will go down now. That's 2 lots of street hockey kit on its way to local schools. Indeed, it was a tip. Here comes the assister, though. The guy with the assist, Trevor Gallant.
And that's another BMI street hockey kit.
Corey Nielsen. Forward to Sean McCaslin. Deflected by Yannick into the corner. Cardarelli tries to get it forward to Patrico, scorer of the first goal. Singal. Of course, if Edinburgh put all their imports on one line, they'd have a line. It's up in the air, it's bouncing around behind the net, back to the front. Patrico puts his body on the line, as it were. Schmerzy tying his man up. Singal back to the front, picks his spot, and it's turned away. The shot from Stephen Lynch into the corner, and Nottingham get it down the ice. Well, Losers clearing passes, tipped forward, but Lynch can't get to it. Nottingham can bring it forward again. Here's Lynch, though. Rink wide off the boards. Young Hay. He's got upstairs, and it's gone in off the shoulder. Out of nowhere, it's a 2-1 game.
All right, against a grain of play, Gary.
3 goals in as many minutes.
Oh, it's certainly left the crowd speechless. I don't know about us up here.
Well, it's Sunday night at St. Nick's here now, isn't it? The NIC. Do you see what I did with that Nick? NIC. NIC spells Nick, as in Nicholas's. St. Nicholas's. Sorry. I'm as speechless as you after the goal, and I've reached the bottom of the barrel and I'm drilling. Australia, here I come. It's a quiet Sunday night on the pews at St. Nick's. 2-1 scoreline. Mike Rees with a long dump. Loser gets it forward, and here comes Lynch. Into the glove, and House knows where that one is. That one was buried in the lobster pot. He knew where that one was. You know what? That's going to help the House. Do you want to ask me why is that going to help the House?
Why is that, Gary?
Because there's no pressure on him to get a shutout now. You know, the pressure's gone for the shutout.
But I think
so he can just relax now.
But I think you'll find now that Edinburgh will start shooting a little bit more now on him. Or they should do anyway.
Well, they've got Kowalczyk on defence with Singal up front. Well, we're having a discussion between the referees and the timekeepers bench. Everyone's going back and forth. Young Brick Garside is in the middle of this. He's only 17 or 18 years of age. Singal, the player come agent, come housing officer, come programme editor.
Number 16, Neil Hay. Assistant 49, Patrick Loser. 16 from 49, time of the goal, 23 minutes, 41 seconds.
Well, there's some confusion over there. Didn't we think it was Hay all along? Whatever. Well, Nottingham look lively now after dropping that goal. Here's McCaslin. Oh, it's bounced around. Garside gloves it, puts it down, backhands it, only as far as Gallant. Gallant gets it forward. McCaslin doesn't get there first. Loser gets the mashy niblick on it. Rees keeps it in the zone. Gallant working the wall with Garside. Help from Kowalczyk, Dwayne's favourite player and holiday partner. But only if he's paying, Dwayne? I don't know how Nottingham got away with being offside there. Well, Sean Gallant's just bumped into Rod Stevens. But it was a soft one. Loser backhands it in after crossing the halfway line. He just wanted to get off the ice and get a rest. David Clark Can't get the backhand away, but gets the forehand off the boards to Cardarelli, back to Nielsen. Nielsen sends it in low. That'll be icing when Edinburgh Capitals touch it. Not given. I'm not sure what these linesmen are on tonight. Well, the Edinburgh youngster went down and came back up. But Nottingham have the puck. Clark to Cardarelli. Cardarelli tries to set himself up on the backhand. Can't do it. Circles. Back to David Clark. David Clark, this is a goal. This is a goal. Oh, and he bobbles the shot and it clips a bit of Murphy and comes out the far side. And in his frustration, David Clark threw quite a good hit there. Patrico to Cardarelli. Pad save. This doesn't look too bad for... Is Murphy in the GB squad? This isn't too bad for GB. Murphy's looking sharper than he has done the last few times I've seen him. He's had a couple of seasons in one of the lower leagues in Sweden, Dwayne. Here's James Ferreira. Well, Nottingham would have been offside. Matt Myers had gone over the blue line before the puck. So Ferreira cleverly circles. Now they're onside. Cook gets it forward. Ferreira goes in for it. Kyle Horn's a good, strong lad, though. He's not gone with GB this year. His wife... I can't believe I'm saying this about a kid I've seen playing hockey since he was about 14 with the GB juniors, but Kyle Horn's wife is having a baby, I understand, so I think that's the reason why he's not going with GB this year. Kyle Horn's wife's having... Unbelievable. Wait till I get the phone call.
A couple of sleeveless nights, he'll be on the first plane out.
Hey, I've had 3 youngsters. How many have you had? 4?
4.
3 at once and 1. I've had 2 at once and 1. We're in similar boats, but not quite. I'm telling you, he'll wish he'd gone. After the first night, he'll wish he was over there. Warm the bottle up, Kyle. It's your turn. Can't, love, I've got to get up early to get the plane to Slovenia. Or in his case, I can't, love, I've got to get up early and get the plane to Slovenia. That sounded like Frank Dempster then. Bless his soul. All right, Gallant taking the face-off against Young Garside. Do you know what? They got confidence. They put the youngster on for the draw every time. They're not telling the imports to go and take the draw. Gallant wins it, though. Here he is with the puck.
Penalty, first of the game.
Singel's going to go for hooking or stick. House gets all the way down. Nottingham give it away. No 6-on-5 advantage. He's called it slashing. These old eyes that clearly saw it was no penalty in the box. Middlesbrough Man U yesterday saw that Dave Cloutman signalled slashing there.
The penalty box is sponsored by SDS, the best place in...
Well, I know it's a little bit low-key, Dwayne, but here's the game in this one. Convert this power play and you got a 2-goal cushion restored and their heads will go down.
And then I think get that third line on. If nothing else, just to get the crowd up and motivate the crowd to in turn motivate the players.
Well, Matthew Craig off that face-off got it all the way down the ice, but Nottingham with lots of time on the power play bring it forward. Here's Gallant. Goes into the corner with it himself. Kowalczyk can't get the poke check away. Nielsen. This is our first look at the power play with Gallant in it. It's there. Clark gets to the rebound. Murphy got to the shot on the rebound. Oh, Craig was at arm's length there and had no strength on it. Here's a goal. What a save from Murphy. Well, I thought there'd be an arm in the air. Murphy doesn't know where it is, but he's got it from McCaslin. I thought Nottingham would lose a man there on that trip.
I
on
certainly
Craig.
did. I was anticipating the arm going up, but Murphy, 2 or 3 very good saves there on the try, Gary.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I don't think it bodes well for Edinburgh in this one, but it bodes well for GB in Slovenia. Mike Rees at point. Still power play, remember. Oh, the tip from Matthew Myers was padded away. Danny Myers keeps it in the zone. Here's Patrico. Down to Matt Myers, back to Patrico. Hits a pad. Here's Patrico. Across the face, Matt Myers doesn't get the stick down. Mike Rees keeps it in the corner. Back to the front, Joe Cardarelli winds up, pad save. And Edinburgh just bank it down, but that's all they want to do. Young Hay, the goal scorer. And then he uses the boards to play it back to Yannick on D, and they're killing this penalty at the moment. Oh, that one's picked out of mid-air by Joe Cardarelli. There's no offside whistle here. Cardarelli's kept 1 foot behind the blue line. Here's Mike Rees with a bit of space. Nottingham onside. Change. Get the first power play unit on, and Murphy says, whoa, we'll take our time. Now we'll have a whistle with 17 seconds to go on the power play. Power play did look quite good. This first power play line with Gallant on it now means you've got different personnel on the first and second units power play. Moving the puck quite well, but at the end of the day, 2 big saves from Murphy, and they still haven't converted the man advantage, Dwayne.
No, but the encouraging thing is they're getting the shots in, which against Sheffield, the last home game, they just weren't shooting on the power play.
Well, he's a man who's not afraid to shoot, David Clark. I think in those last 2 power plays against Sheffield, we counted 1 shot, didn't we, in 4 minutes? Murphy's down hurt, and the referee took an eternity to blow his whistle. It didn't hit him in the mask, but it was a howitzer from David Clark.
Still got one of the strongest shots that I've seen, Gary, in the league.
Yeah, and Murphy's got back to his feet. Nearly joined us a couple of times, you know, Stephen Murphy. Never, I don't know to this day why one of the deals fell apart. It was all done and dusted and agreed. His stepdad, Colin Wilson, remember playing against Colin Wilson? Colin Wilson was involved, and I thought everything was agreed. And then 30 unanswered phone calls later, I just gave up. Me and Damps, we just gave up. We both tried. Oh, here's a chance. Never got the shot away. Never got the shot away. Singal, straight out of the box. Not only had they killed the penalty, but Edinburgh had a fabulous opportunity there to equalise. Well, the interception by Craig bounces around. McCaslin to Gallant. Oh, Gallant completely misses. McCaslin goes upstairs on the backhand. Murphy keeps it out. Doesn't quite know how. Then just tried to stand up on the goalpost. Craig battles with Gallant. Oh, that's not clever play. They just shimmied it down, and Schmier gets it in low, and Nottingham get it back to the front. Oh, and that's off the... That's a high stick. That had to be given, bless him. Garside thought he was away to the races. He thought he was going to join Lester Piggott at Collick Park.
And it was a 2-on-1, so for once it was a good call by the ref, Gary.
Well, I mean, we're all breathing a sigh of relief, aren't we, Dwayne? Because Singal came out of the box and should have, at the very least, got a shot away. Well, it's the Cook, Ferreira, Neil line. It's the James gang. Well, Dalglish and Yannick between them. Get it over into the corner. Kyle Horn up the wing. Tip to the middle. Kyle Horn dispossesses Ryan Schmier's attempt to stick handle through, but all they do is bank it down the ice. We're past halfway. Sponsored by Central Masters Football. Here's Ryan Schmier. Rink wide off the boards. Ferreira collects it at the second attempt. Kyle Horn lines his man up, rubs him out twice. Young Neely gets there, sees where the puck's gone. Kyle Horn's knocked Ferreira down. Corey Nielsen keeps it in. It bounces around. Murphy saw it late, but deals with it. McIntyre off Mike Rees's skate. Ricochets back to Yannick. He pretends to rim it, but then goes the direct route, and they've got it forward. Manny. Long range effort into the glove from Dalglish, and House hangs on. Well, Mike Rees was pushing someone around there after that glove save. I don't think any of the Edinburgh players had the strength to try and get to the goalkeeper for a dig.
Or the bottle.
I think it was more the strength on it than anything else. I think stamina is the word. Kowalczyk. Well, this line is flying. Look at the legs going. Look at Clarkey's legs going. Patrico, Clark, Cardarelli. Here come the Caps. No, Mike Rees intercepts. Clarkey flicks it from right-hand point to left-hand corner. Craig has a bit of time. Oh, it's intercepted by Clarkey though. Patrico sets up Corey Nielsen, long-range effort. Stephen Murphy sees it through a forest of legs and saves and covers up. 7:50 to go, second period.
Cardarelli was right in front of the goal for the rebound, and nobody was within an arm's length to have touched him if Murphy did spill it out.
He's one of the better keepers we've seen this year for not spilling rebounds though. Usually because he's lying there hurt and he doesn't quite know where the puck is. Well, I saw young Garside stick on the ice and I thought, oh my goodness, he's dropped the gloves and he's going for it. Here comes Trevor Gallant, straight through the 5-hole. That's his first goal for the GMB Nottingham Panthers. A season in the DEL after 3-4 seasons in the Bundesliga. And Trevor Gallant marks his home debut with his first ever goal for the GMB Nottingham Panthers. Hail Trev Gallant.
Hey Gary, very good. Down the left wing, just onto the hash mark. Shot, he scored. Very, very good goal.
Just blistered it. It was smoking. Well, he's gone to the treatment room, Trevor Gallant, straight from the team bench. The dentist and the doctor have followed him. Surely he hasn't gone for a bottle of champagne to celebrate. I mean, no disrespect, it's only his first goal. We want some more, and we want some more important ones than that. Well, the physio's gone, the assistant equipment guy's gone, the dentist has gone, and the doctor's gone. I hope it's not serious. Matt Myers stays on side, he's all the way in, backhand upstairs! What did we say about floodgates? Whoa! 7:05 to go, 4-1 the GMB Panthers lead.
As you say, the floodgates are now open. I just hope Gallant's okay.
Assistant coach Callie Carlson's gone to join the consulting group around Trevor Gallant in the corridor. But they're coming back. Assistant equipment's coming back. Mike Ellis is getting the nod. I think it was a helmet problem. Gallant's back on the bench. Panthers lead by 4-1.
Goal for the Panthers, scored by number 8, Matthew Myers. Assistant 17, James Ferreira. 8 from 17, time of the goal of 22 minutes 55 seconds. 3-2, 5-5.
That's more like it on the scoreboard, Dwayne.
Yeah, again, it's like you say, the guys need it for their own confidence now. Like I say, there's a weakened Edinburgh team, and you use this now as a launch pad to get it in shape for the playoffs, Gary, because it's only 2 games.
Well, what have we got? We got a road game in Belfast on Friday, then we come back and play Basingstoke Tuesday, Hull on Saturday, and we need to bury that bogey, that taboo. Right to the front. He did give a rebound away there, and it led to problems, and it's still leading into problems now. Right to the front, tip from Clarkey. Patrico shoots high and wide. Yannick picks his glove up. Now this is men and boys at the moment. Kyle Horn comes out of it, and wasn't that a big slash from Patrico?
No.
This is a goal. No, Nielsen's shot is saved by Stephen Murphy. Long night at the office for Stephen Murphy. Look how long it's taken him to get up after he's made the saves.
Ladies and gentlemen, please if you have a whistle somewhere in the crowd, if that is you who blown the whistle, would you please stop? It is dangerous for the players and officials. Thank you.
Steph Litchfield just telling whichever idiot is blowing a whistle in the crowd. I mean, he's so polite down there, I'd just be useless on that microphone for things like that. But the idiot blowing the whistle has to stop. He's blown it more than referee Dave Cloutman. Oh, he goes upstairs and wide, Singel. Garside keeps it in the zone. Chips it round, Danny Myers picks it off, uses the boards. Here comes Garside again. House went down, but the shot was off target. Gallant gets it across to Danny Myers. Danny Myers, stretch pass right onto the tape for Rod Stevens. Rod Stevens shoots. Stephen Murphy heads it to the corner.
Lovely pass.
Beautiful
Lovely
pass, beautiful. 5:47 to go, second period, sponsored by Central Masters Football, coming here soon in July. That's Forest, Leicester, Derby and Notts County playing. My thanks to Borough legend Craig Hignett for the tickets yesterday. 5:47 to go, 4-1, G&B Panthers in the lead. This one's as good as in the history books now. Well, to be fair to ourselves, Dwayne, we didn't say we weren't going to win this one. We just said how amazing it was that it was still 0-0. Well, we're all offside there. If you ask Matt Myers to hit a puck from the edge of that circle 30 feet in the air and land it and bounce it that side of the blue line, he wouldn't be able to do it, would he?
I just had a sand iron.
He'd need one of those special ones with the extra loft on them that you use, you know, when you cheat on the golf course. I remember playing golf with Dwayne Keywood once. I'll tell you about it in a moment. He's James Neal. Can't get it past Kowalczyk, but off the boards gets it to Matt Myers. It's come right to Corey Nielsen, who's doing his best to get into the play and get a goal tonight. Great save by Murphy. I remember playing a round of golf with Dwayne. I can't use his exact language, but he's a lefty in slices, I'm a righty in slice. So I only met him on greens and tees, and in between time all you heard was swear word, swear word, swear word. Then you did an Alex Dampier every time we met up on the greens. What did you score, Dwayne? I think I got a par or a bogey. But I heard you take about 45 swings over in the woods.
Just loosening up, Gary.
All right, yeah. That could have been worse. I could have been playing with your brother, Chris. Corey Nielsen one-hands it to the corner to relative safe speaking. Phil Manny turns it into the corner, but there's only Matt Myers. Oh, that's ricocheted though. Kyle Horn spins and turns. It's a soft shot. House easily deals with it with less than 5 minutes to go, second period.
I'll tell you one thing, Gary, if you had been playing with Chris, you wouldn't have questioned his number of shots, would you?
I would have said, of course. Otherwise, he would have inserted Big Bertha. And I am talking about the large driving implement in his golf bag. Clarkey brings it forward. Gets away from Manny. Nottingham onside. Cardarelli, left wing. Tries the wraparound, goes all the way around, right to the front. Patrico just needed to stab it home, doesn't happen. Dalglish brings it forward. Danny Myers has it, bounces over his stick. Plays it back to Ryan Schmier. He has a bit more time, has a look. Forward to Cardarelli. Well, Cardarelli's moving a lot better. Maybe it's been the right thing to do. Come out and have a run out and have a stretch. Shake off the stiffness.
Oh, I do. I mean, he could have sat on the bench tonight or not even dressed and been doubtful. I think this will give him some encouragement now, knowing that it's not as serious as they first thought, or he first thought.
Well, he was in pain on Friday, having seen Owen the physio on Thursday. Well, that always happens when anyone goes to see Owen. The next day, you are in pain. That's how he works. Yeah. Trust me. If I go and see him and say, Owen, crack the back, the next day, you are in pain, and it's the day after you suddenly think, heck, I feel a lot better. And that's exactly what's happened to Cardarelli. So, folks, if you've got anything wrong, a crick in your neck or a sports injury, get yourselves up to Physio Direct in Arnold. And ask for Owen. And take a leather strap to bite on. Here's Sean McCaslin. Ryan Schmier. Well, Craig got a piece of it, but it only helped it onto Stevens. And he's got it in low now for Nottingham. Garside backhands it, but only as far as Ryan Schmidt. He gets it in low. Oh, Garside got a skate to it. And again, they've given it away right in front. Tip from Sean McCaslin. Murphy has to react. Well, right now, Stephen Murphy is so far ahead in tonight's X Factor poll voting on Edinburgh Capitals Do Fame Academy for man of the match that we might as well just go and give him it in the interval. It's a crate of beer. They might feel the benefit of it before the third period. Singel back to Craig. Oh, there's no way through there, son. Here comes Gallant across to McCaslin upstairs. There's the fifth. What's the phrase? Tic-tac-toe. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Very unselfish hockey from Gallant as well.
Set him up nicely. Well, this line will, as Coach Ellis said after last night, get better and better. And what better way to get better than to, this is a practice game now, so practice passing to each other. It gets worse for the Edinburgh Capitals because young Bowyer's just left the team bench and gone to the treatment room. Cook and Matt Myers work it out to the front. Stephen Murphy goes down, the red lights come on. Has he given the goal? Murphy's arguing. He's given it, that's the sixth. 2:46 to go, the floodgates have indeed opened. Well, the light didn't come straight on, did it? But it came on eventually, and I don't care how long they wait to put the light on.
When you've got something to celebrate, do what the Panthers do. Go to the corner house.
It's not often I feel sorry for the opposition, but I do feel sorry for Murphy because, he's doing the best he can, and he's just not getting any support right now from the Edinburgh Capitals at all.
Panthers score by number 9, James Cook. Assistant 76, Corey Nielsen, and 8, Matthew Myers.
Nielsen and Matt Myers get the assists on James Cook's stuff home.
The goal of 37 minutes, 14 seconds, 3-7-1-4.
That's 2 more street hockey kits from BMI Baby for local schools.
Ooh, little nutmeg pass from Hay to Lynch. Back post. Shoots wide.
Missed an empty net.
And then doesn't get a tip on that. It is Phil Manny, remember. No disrespect to the youngster. He's still wanting to play. Oh, that one was loose and floating around. And Lynch, I nearly said spins 360 and rips one, but actually he slowly turned through 12 hours of the clock face and patted one towards the goal.
I don't know about BMI Baby giving street kit hockey to schools. I may as well start with the Edinburgh Capitals here because they do look like a street hockey team right now.
I remember doing some commentary on street hockey once, on the roller hockey from London. Oh, it was a nightmare. I mean, even on the teams, they didn't know who the teammates were. I kept trying to get team lists off people. No one knew. Ryan Schmidt flicks it out towards Sean McCaslin. They're onside. This is a goal. Gallant to Stevens to McCaslin. That's the 7th. Well, the lad doing the gate, I didn't see a backup netminder at warm-up. But there's a lad doing the gate. And I'm only mentioning it because maybe they want to get Murphy out of there. He could be shell-shocked if they keep this up.
I just hope he's wearing Factor 40 on the back of his neck.
He's getting sunburn, bless him, through no fault of his own.
38 and 71. Time of the goal, 38 minutes, 29 seconds. Green 8, 2.
Yeah, it's Ryan Ford working the gate, the backup netminder for Edinburgh Capitals. Never saw him at warm-up. I guess he's just dressed to meet the requirements, and he's carrying an injury as well. House turns that one to the corner on the long-range shot from Hay. Right to the front. Dalglish tries to slip home the pass from Hay. Had a couple of chances to score, or even in my normal voice, they've had a couple of chances to score, Edinburgh Capitals, in this period.
In all fairness, you know, limited chances, but they've certainly not given up, even though they are tired.
Gallant with a blast, and Murphy saves, and Stevens is the nearest one to him.
Gallant looks like he's enjoying his first home game, Gary.
Well, so he should. We're in the last minute of the second period. We said we didn't think the Lady Bower Dam would hold them back, and certainly we weren't confident the Edinburgh Capitals could hold them back, and we've been proven right. As the period draws to a close, the G&B Nottingham Panthers enjoy their biggest period success of the season. It was goalless after 20 minutes, and in 15 seconds time, when the hooter goes in this match sponsored by Central Masters Football, coming here in July, it will indeed be a scoreline of 7-1 in favour of the G&B Nottingham Panthers. And the fans celebrate a super second period from the G&B Nottingham Panthers. Panthers 7, Capitals 1 after 2.
The players will be back after this short message from the Nottingham Building Society, headline sponsor of the Nottingham Panthers. Are you saving for your first home and thinking about getting on the property ladder? Are you aged 18 to 39? Would you like to see how you could get up to £1,000 free per tax year for your first home? Let us tell you about the Lifetime ISA. The Lifetime ISA is a savings account for 18 to 39-year-olds who want a little extra help with their future savings goals. You can use it for your first home, or wait until you're 60 and use your savings for retirement. The government will give you a 25% bonus on your savings. So you save £100, you get £25. You save £4,000, which is the maximum per tax year, you get £1,000 free, paid straight into the account, plus interest. You can open an account with just £10 online at thenottingham.com. Ineligible withdrawals are subject to a government charge of up to 25%. Check the terms and conditions for more information. Now back to the Nottingham Panthers.
Third period action underway, BMI Baby Elite League, sponsored by Central Masters Football. Trevor Gallant had a good home debut, and he's going to be signing autographs after this one for the fans in the foyer. I think he might be quite popular, Dwayne, up there.
Oh, certainly. He's really has looked a strong, powerful hockey player tonight, Gary.
I don't want to take away anything from anybody, but of course you've got to put it in perspective, haven't you, about who you're playing against and how tired they are, and they had a hard game last night and all the rest. But so did Nottingham. Nottingham had a tough game in Basingstoke. Here's Edinburgh, 3-on-1. They can't get it right across, bad pass. It just had to be a good pass. And Trevor Gallant mops up for Nottingham, brings it forward. Rod Stevens riding shotgun at the back post. Well, Dalglish stuck his stick out one-handed, and that did enough to stop the pass. He didn't even know he'd done it. He wasn't even looking for it. And that's as lucky as you get. Ferreira takes it in. Cook looking for his second goal of the night. Shoots off target. Matt Myers gets it in low. It's all the way around the back. Yannick chips it round the wall. Schmersey's going to keep that one in. Former Edinburgh Capital Jock Hay slammed the gate shut quick when he saw Schmersey coming in. He didn't want an accidental check in the face there. We used to say something really rude about Jock Hay, but we can't repeat that.
He looks like he's lost a lot of size, Gary, because when he was playing ice hockey, he was always a bit of a bonny lad.
Bonny. bonny lad. He was never bonny as a baby. Good effort from James Cook. Gets back to take possession for Nottingham. A bit of D to D, gets it forward now to Patrico. Lobs one into Clark, and it's banked down the ice by Stephen Lynch. I think that's Jim Lynch's lad, Stephen Lynch. Might be his stepson or something like his adopted son.
I was wondering if there's a connection.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a connection between Stephen Lynch and Jim Lynch.
Remember Jim from the 5 days?
Yeah. Always reminded me, and I'm the only person in the world that thinks he looked like him, Hardy Kruger, the actor. But whatever.
I'll take your word for that, Gary.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't even know what Hardy Kruger looks like. Here we go, Joe Cardarelli. One person you don't go down on your hands and knees and dive forward on is Joe Cardarelli. That's the 8th one. There's an awful lot of BMI Baby street hockey kit going out tonight. I did warn the sponsors that we could have a rout against one of these teams, and they said, you worry about scoring the goals, we'll worry about paying for the street hockey kit.
Panthers goal was scored by number 24, Joe.
Well, the fans have certainly bought into shouting out the players' surnames. It's taken them most of the season, but slowly but surely it's got better and better, and they're really in the loop with that. The rebound on the Nielsen shot could go anywhere, and in the end, Edinburgh do get it forward. Well, McIntyre is robbed, and Matt Ford up from Bracknell is going to have a winning start to his Nottingham Elite League career. He had Elite League time, of course, with London. Here's McCaslin. Gallant switched into position, beautifully pivot. Now he's got it. McCaslin didn't find him when he switched beautifully. And Murphy doesn't take the whistle. I think his teammates wanted him to take the whistle, and this is why. It's right back to the front. It was just loose. And Sean McCaslin, is that his hat-trick?
I think so, but that was...
Well, there's a hat on the ice, so we'll give him 3.
That was Murphy's own doing there. He should have gone for the whistle. It's okay not having much space and your centre man winning the draw, but they didn't clear the puck out of the end zone.
No, should have taken the whistle. Sean McCaslin's hat-trick comes with 16:25 to go. So close to double figures.
Have you guys taken out insurance, indemnity for royalties on this song tonight?
We do PRS.
Panthers goal and a hat-trick for number 37, Sean McCaslin. Assisted 38.
So for the 3rd time tonight, Sean McCaslin's name rings out. Matt Myers gets the puck all the way down. Kowalczyk rubs him out, but he's got it again in front. Poke check this time from Murphy is successful, but as Dwayne says, it was a mistake by Murphy to just put that puck down and carry on playing. It was just a risk that they didn't need.
There was no need to do it, Gary.
They didn't need to take the risk. They didn't need to have the puck in play. What did he think they were going to do? Nip up the ice unnoticed and get a goal back? Start the comeback. Garside and Petruic battling over the puck. It's gone straight over into the team bench. And Dave Cloutman says the face-off has to take place just net to Stephen Murphy.
Featured on the front of the cover of the Match Night programme, The Eye. Trevor will be available after the game to sign your copy of the programme about half an hour after the game in the foyer tonight.
Well, Edinburgh have just won a draw. I just wanted to say that so that I could say Edinburgh had won something tonight. I hope they bought some tickets on the 50-50. Joe Cardarelli, long range, good shot. Murphy sensibly hangs on to the puck now. I think the fans will chant, "We want 10." What do you reckon, Dwayne?
They deserve 10.
This can do the confidence nothing but good.
This is, like I said before, Gary, you know, coming up to the playoffs, they need, as a platform, this is a springboard to move on.
Oh, now the linesmen, Lee Young and Tom Darnell, have penalised them for icing. Yeah, they need that. What were we saying about if we beat Cardiff 6-1 and Cardiff beat them 7-2, that means Nottingham should win by 10. They're winning by 8.
I think right now it's 12 to 14 is looking promising.
James Neal tries to get the 10th. He knows where he is on the ice, doesn't he, young Neely? Unlike his dad.
I like, one thing I do like about young Neil is the fact that he's been given the opportunity to just freelance, and he does use up quite a lot of the ice.
I think he reads the game well, and he reads it very well for a youngster. He anticipates. He's a couple of strides on his way to where he thinks the puck's going to go, and he's usually right about where it's going to be. Yannick plays it out to Kyle Horn. Across to Garside. Back to Yannick. Back to Horn. Tries to stick handle his way through. He's robbed by McCaslin, who sends Gallant in, and Stevens is going back post. Gallant waits, and then his attempt to get it across to Stevens is intercepted by McIntyre, and Yannick has a chance to clear, turns away, ties Gallant up rather cleverly. And McIntyre gets it forward, and the dive from Schmier is needed. And Hay is offside, and because he deliberately played it offside, Tom Darnell, the linesman, says that's deliberate. You're coming all the way back down to your goalkeeper. Another bright call. They need punishing. For goodness sakes, they're trailing by 9 goals to 1. How dare they go deliberately offside? 14 minutes to go. It's a question of how many more Nottingham will put in the onion bag. Well, the soft one off his knees from Stevens is turned off his knees by Murphy into the corner. Here's Stevens. Now this is going in the back of the net. Where did it go? In the back of the net. That's the 10th. That's 10-1 now. And there's definitely something wrong with the backup netman, because I think he's put his street clothes on just in case he was going to be sent on. If you look at the Edinburgh bench.
Trainers are on.
Yeah. He's got his jeans t-shirt and jacket on.
38 Ron Stevens, assistant 71, Trevor Gallant. 38 on 71, time of the goal, 46 minutes.
What is a greatest home win, Gary, in terms of score?
I knew you were going to ask that. It's not here in St Nick's on a Sunday night. This is a record. I'm sure this is already a record. James Cook. That's a nice play when you fire it to the far side of the goal and you hope one of your teammates is going to put the stick out and just deflect it back that little bit. I like that. I like a lot of things.
Oh, that's nice.
Centering pass from Corey Nielsen is intercepted and sent forward. Ian Bowyer sends it all the way in. He was one of the guys that went for treatment second period, so he's still playing. So I'm sure that's Ford, the backup netminder in the civvies. David Clark, all the way down the right wing, comes up on the left wing, backhand forward. Patrico can't reach it. Edinburgh give it away.
I'll tell you what must be a record down here at St Nick's, Gary, is that nearly 50 minutes gone and the Panthers haven't had a penalty.
They haven't needed to take a penalty though. David Clark rips one in. And the deflection off the Edinburgh Capitals stick saves Murphy's blushes again. Heads up. And it's landed in the field of play. Danny Myers gets it into the corner to David Clark. Tries to get it into Cardarelli. Danny Myers can't keep it in the zone. We've got 11 and a half minutes to go in tonight's game. The fans are now cheering every time a pass is successful. I always prefer it when they go all A on that rather than hey, but you know, okay, let's not be finicky. Ooh, let's start again. 11 to go. Dickie Bird would be hopping from one foot to the other. Giveaway. Hey tries to centre it. It ricochets out. Kyle Horn has it now. Craig forward to Garside. Gallant. Nice little flip in to James Neal. James Neal with a shot. Blocker save. They'd love him to score. It'd be his first ever BMI Baby Elite League goal. Oh, Hayes worked his way into a shooting position. House doesn't know where it is. Nielsen doesn't quite mop up. It's back to the front to Hay. This time House knows where it is. And he's put it down on the floor for Corey Nielsen to send down the ice. McCaslin's going to get there first, so there won't be any icing. Back to the front, the tip from Stevens goes just past the far post. Stevens back to Gallant. Bowyer backhands it down the ice. Nielsen sends it back in. Kowalczyk to Bowyer. Well, why Singel didn't just launch that when he had it teed up, I don't know. Because there's not exactly a lot of playmaking going on in the attack zone for Edinburgh. Less than 10 minutes to go. That one's tipped. Matt Myers gets there first anyway. Poke check by Kowalczyk. Well, Singel and Cook end up in a heap. Stephen Murphy keeps that one out on the short side. It's on the back of the net, and finally Cloutman says let's go outside. He doesn't mean go outside in the car park and drop the gloves or anything. He means let's go outside the attack zone.
I'm glad you explained that to me, Gary. Thank you.
After the game in the foyer, after the final return.
Going to be a long bus ride back to Edinburgh tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming they've got a bus. Sorry. If he was being hard about it, Scott Neal could make them push it home to save some petrol money, couldn't he? Yeah, you're right, Steve. The cameraman's just saying he might make them watch the tape of the game on the way back, but I don't know that they've got a video on the bus. Well, Ryan Schmier in a battle with Stevie Lynch. Gets it in low. Here come the Caps. Can they do something right? 3-on-2. No. Totally lost control now. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Cardarelli with Ferreira and Clark. Clark back to the front. Cardarelli had Murphy down. Goal at his mercy. Shot just wide onto the side net, and he's Cardarelli. Pass across to Nielsen. Big blast, one-timer. Save. And Mike Reese on the rebound. Nails referee Cloutman.
He's been in the thick of it tonight, hasn't he?
Well, if he didn't have much puff to blow the whistle earlier, he hasn't got much now. 7:42 to go. Cloutman has just gone to the crease and said to Stephen Murphy, I know how you feel, son. I know how you feel. Well, they're trying to set young James up now, aren't they? They're trying to give Neely a goal. Matt Ford working the wall there, trying to win possession, and he's got it to James Ferreira. Ferreira kicks it forward to Matt Ford. Garside tries to take him, Ferreira tries to bring it out front. Craig tips it forward, Neely with a shot, blocker and glove save. Oh, they're trying to give him one, aren't they?
Tonight's 50-50 draw, sponsored by Temple Printing, first prize, £346, goes to ticket number 3664. 3664 for £346. Please collect your prize for the Panthers VIP desk.
Ryan Schmier into the glove from a long way out through traffic. Nearly 350 quid on the 50-50 draw in association with Temple Printing for a Sunday night. That's more than they collect at the real St. Nick's on the collection plate.
Gary, tonight, Sunday night, 5 o'clock face-off. What's the estimated crowd tonight, Gary?
It's about 3.5.
That's
3, 6, something like that, I reckon. But I've been so busy talking to you and the viewers, I haven't checked my messages. It's been entertaining because we've had 11 goals so far and we're not finished yet. It was a little scary first period. Here comes Trevor Gallant. Caslin's blind backhand. Well, it wasn't really blind. He knew where Stevens was going. I like the way Gallant holds it and controls it at arm's length. Is it Trevor Gallant getting a penalty?
The home penalty box is sponsored by
Hooking.
Solutions for Accounting. If you're in trouble with your accounting systems, call Solutions for Accounting.
That's our first penalty of the game.
taken nearly 54 minutes to get there. But
and I'm not quite sure why the fans are clapping for it.
No, what a unnecessary. There was no need for the ref to call for that.
I mean, it wasn't him who shot the puck that hit the ref, was it? That's just not fair. Mike Rees should have got 2 minutes for hooking, even if he was on the bench. He's Mike Rees now.
The ref should have had 2 minutes for delaying the game.
Yeah. Just over 6 miles to go. Panthers on penalty kill duty, but leading by 10 goals to 1. Actual crowd's just under 3.5, Dwayne. Just checking that with the Oracle. Already took the message for me. They're a tired looking outfit now, the Caps, aren't they? I think they'll sleep on the bus home. We feed them, you know. We feed Edinburgh and Basingstoke. They're the only two teams we feed. We feed Edinburgh. It's not out of pity. What's the phrase? Because we admire them for battling on and keeping going. That's why we feed Edinburgh. And they look after us because they got a hotel deal. So it's a quid pro quo on the hotel deal. And we feed Basingstoke because they feed us. And no one else feeds us, so we don't feed anybody else anymore. You'd be amazed at how many teams think they should get fed by us, but they don't do anything for you. And one in particular used to feed us absolute awful food and then expect the meal, because Carol Howarth and the team downstairs do a fabulous, it's lasagna or sweet and sour chicken or pasta and sauce and, you know, cakes and fruit and bread and orange juice and everything, you know. And that's bounced around. Edinburgh's kept it in. It's high and wide. Misses the glove for House, but Nielsen now bangs it out on the backhand. I'm going to make a prediction here. I don't think Edinburgh will score on this power play.
Well, 36 seconds left, Gary. I think the odds are highly stacked.
Well,
even if you gave me 10-1, I don't think I'd bet against you, right?
Well, we've put James Neal out on penalty kill in the hope that he can break his league duck. How much did you bet me? Craig goes upstairs and goes too far upstairs. 13 seconds. Hey, wrist shot, blocker, it's up in the air.
Got to be high sticks.
Clarkey gets it down the ice, penalties killed. My money was safe. 4 minutes to go. House decides to let that one go. Murphy's learnt his lesson, hasn't he? He's covering everything up now.
One thing I must admire about the Edinburgh Capitals tonight, Gary, is they've come with obviously a depleted team in terms of strength, but you can't say they've lost heart or given up.
They just haven't got it. They haven't got enough strength in depth. They've got kids out there doing men's work, and they haven't got enough men in the team. They were causing some big surprises when they had your Silverthorne and Gregor Slack and Dickinson. Here's a chance. Singel tries to go low through 5-hole. House makes the save. I mean, apart from anything else, they won here earlier in the year. Tonight will teach him, though. Mike Reese's stick sends that one upstairs. Actually, I was talking into my teacup then instead of the microphone. I had one in each hand, and I talked into the teacup. You have a chat for a minute while I finish my tea off.
Well, Gary,
it's all gone.
Just over 3 minutes left to go in the game. 10-1, and the Panthers have picked up the gauntlet and really taken it to the Capitals tonight. And it's like I've said, earlier on in the game, just use this as a platform to launch their playoff. Oh, nice save there from
House upstairs from Hay. Hay's got a tidy little shot on him. Less than 3 minutes to go, and DJ Steve Machin, who flies out to Spain tomorrow morning for a few days, well-deserved rest, still hasn't played the song. I think it's time. Let's shout over to Audrey. Audrey, get on the radio and tell him to play Bryan Adams, will you? From me. Let's have a look and see what reaction. Well, we'll keep an eye on the play. Right to the front. Clarkey can't get to it. The message has been relayed. There's a nod. Carol Howarth was manning the radio. Schmerzy plays it out to the right wing. Clarkey latches onto it, nicely onside, swinging his legs onside and then playing the puck in the zone. Do you know what? Down the road, these youngsters from Edinburgh are going to be good players. Yeah. McIntyre, backhand pass, Garside, shoots straight at Ryan Schmeer. Used to be a goalie, no way through. Attempted centering pass, picked off by Matt Myers, and he goes and latches onto the hot potato in the corner and brings it round and cools it off on the ice. We're in the last 2 minutes. Matt Ford had gone offside. There's the song. I wonder what made him play this now. Well, a week ago, we weren't happy because arch enemy Sheffield had done the business. You can only play the opposition that turns up, can't you? Yeah. It's like when I have to play you at golf.
Next time, pal.
You see that big number 10 next to the Panthers name? I scored 10 on some holes. Is that good? Well, the fans have enjoyed it. Kyle Horn gets it out. Dalgleish gets it in. Lynch can't get it to the Phil Manny in the slot. Well, period scores of 0-0, 7-1 and 3-0 so far, adding up to a handsome scoreline. That's a good word for it, Dwayne. Handsome scoreline. Right. Kyle Horn working the wall, but only gets the puck as far as Ferreira. Ferreira tries to send it in low to Trevor Gallant, but it's deflected and goes upstairs. And Martin Singel sends it the wrong way round. House has come out, he's stick handling. It's off Dalglish's foot and he gets away with it. 30 odd seconds to go.
That really just summed up Edinburgh. He had a breakaway and he couldn't chase it.
Well, the goalie beat him in a foot race. Well, we know this one's in the history books. Here's a quick, tough question for you. Oh, I'll ask it at the end because we'll have to fill in the gap between the handshakes and the actual presentations. Well, the fans have appreciated 3,500 in the building. That's a solid victory. I wonder if we're going to do a celebration at the end because Rusty's not here.
Final score tonight's EIHL Elite League game, sponsored by Central Masters Football Victory Line. The score is the GMB Panthers 10, the Edinburgh Capitals 1.
Well, I'll give them credit, they kept going. All right, man of the match for Nottingham, I'll bet you they go Trevor Gallant, but it might go McCaslin for the hat-trick.
Maybe. For me, it was nice. I thought David Clark had the best game in 5 or 6 home games that I've seen him, but no, I think you're right.
All right, here's the tough one.
Yeah.
Who are you going to give it to for the Edinburgh Capitals?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I'd give it to Young Hay.
Yeah.
He scored a decent goal and he had a few more shots, and he worked as hard as everybody else, and I do mean they worked hard, but they're just out of their depth.
Yeah, I understand your feelings on Hay, but Murphy, without Murphy in there, it could have been 20, 25 goals.
But you can't give it to a goalie who lets 10 in. And he was to blame for one of them. Completely. That might have been the key goal. No, it wasn't, was it? It was hardly pivotal. I think it was the 8th goal. I don't know what the boys are down on one knee for. Andy Worth will present the awards. He's the regional secretary of the GMB, of course. And he's representing Central Masters Football with the Man of the Match awards. And who's he chosen for Man of the Match? Giving it to Neil Hay. 1-0. Mine last night we were 2-1 against Man United and they got a penalty. For Nottingham.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for the Edinburgh Capitals.
He had a good game. He worked hard. He showed us what he's capable of. And it was a good run out for the GMB Nottingham Panthers. A mixed weekend then, defeat at Basingstoke, but a big win against the Edinburgh Capitals. Final score, GMB Panthers 10, Edinburgh Capitals 1. My thanks to Dwayne Keywood, with me, Gary Moran, on the microphones, and to cameraman Steve Wilkinson. We'll see you next time on GMB Panthers DVD match coverage.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Gallant will be in the foyer in half an hour's time to sign copies of your Matchday magazine in line.